one thing that we're going to be doing to get the body off of the Bravada is we're going to use this QuickJack setup. We're going to be taking a body off of a car and moving the chassis off from under it. So I think this may be a good way to go without having a 2-post lift. We have a 4-post lift, as you can see there, but that's not going to work for this. So you got to get something underneath these cars that can lift them up, and then I'll have to kind of snake the chassis around in between to get it underneath there. So a lot of work to do here, but we're going to put this together and get back on the Bravada. All right, so I'm getting closer here. It's a pretty easy setup for this thing. All you have to do is attach some of these fittings like this guy here. So these hoses and fittings, you just follow the instructions. Instructions are great on this thing, very well detailed. Components are really high quality, nice stuff. So this is definitely legit, a quality piece here. Again, you got these hoses here that you attach the connectors to. So they give you everything you need, even the Teflon tape to put these on. Everything's packaged well, so it's easy to find and put together. So we're getting close here. Got a couple more things to put on, a couple more fittings, and then we're gonna get a little test run. Guys, I wanted to do a little snag here with the QuickJack. So during the transit of this thing, one of the little pieces that goes in here to well, the plugs, the little plastic plugs that keep fluid from running out of this during shipping, it's broken off flat. So it doesn't have a cap screw or anything that can get off it. So here's a little trick for you. If something like that happens, where you need to get something like this plastic cap out, it's easy just to find something that has a little bit bigger diameter than the piece itself, and you can swedge it. You can see that? You swedge it in there a little bit, put a little pressure on it, just enough to break it loose. So I'm using an old pair of metal scissors to do that, but that can help you get out of a jam a little bit. All right, guys, let's keep rolling. All right, guys, we got the QuickJack all built up, and now we're going to try it out for the first time. Got the spool controller, very industrial, pretty basic, and an up and down switch on it, right? So, all right, trial run. Here we go. And again, guys, I'm not too worried about this body, about this car, the ground effects, that sort of thing. I'm not using any of it. All right, I see a problem. I see something here that we're gonna have to address. It's kicking these blocks back a little bit on the front end. See that? All right, so we learned some things here. This does work, and it works fairly well, and it's very quick, no doubt about it. But for this particular vehicle, the pinch welds are just not strong enough to hold it, even if you have the blocks positioned under the pinch welds. So you can see there's some warping under there, and that's okay because we're not using this body. But the point of it was to put on the pinch weld so I could raise the body off the frame, and we're not going to be able to do that as easily as I thought. We might be able to when everything's disconnected and the weight's off of it. It might lift off just fine and leave the frame down. So I think it's still going to work just fine. For now, this is just kind of a test to see how this works. And also, it's going to give me a position to get up under this thing and take some things loose and work on it a little bit before we pull the engine out and take the body off. So all in all, I think it's a success. All right, as you can see, we got the frame out of the Bravada. And I have to say, it was no small task. That's right. So here's our frame. We were able to put the QuickJack lift underneath the Bravada on the back section of it, and then I was able to use my my hoist, my cherry picker, to pull up on the front a little bit and kind of work this guy out. So the 4.3 is going to come out. I have not decided if we're going to try to use this transmission or not. I don't think it's going to be beefy enough for our engine combination. Looking to move the engine back a little bit to help with weight distribution on this thing. So right now I think it's about 65% up front and 35 in the back. I think that's about where these things are. And I'd really like to get to a 50-50 weight distribution on here. So that's the plan. Some other things that we're going to do with this frame. One, the suspension is going to change. So they make, I think it's JSM makes a front coilover suspension. So this comes out, a coilover suspension, a different A-arm, different A-arms go in. Torsion bars will come out. So this torsion bar setup will be eliminated for the coilover suspension. It's going to save some weight and get rid of some of these extra pieces that we really just don't need in here. So we're going to remove that. We're also going to remove as much of unnecessary weight as we can from the frame. The gas tank will come out. We're going to run a gas tank in the original position of the Falcon. The leaf springs will be removed. We're going to change over to a 4-link suspension, either the 4-link or a 3-link Watts link style suspension back here. So that'll be eliminated. It's going to save a little bit of weight on the back. This heavy exhaust will be gone. We're going to get rid of the drive shaft, the metal or the steel drive shaft. We'll put an aluminum drive shaft in it, and we'll upgrade the drive shaft in the front. Beef up the rear end. Just clean up all of this junk. Get the unnecessary parts out of here. But this is a big step forward, getting that thing out from underneath there. So now we can test fit underneath the Falcon and see where we're at.